In the next few days, the SEC's Ripple case will come to a conclusion. Recently, lawyer Fred Rispoli, who supports XRP, said that a decision would be made in July. Swirl. Judge Annalisa Torres will decide how much of a fine Ripple has to pay for breaking law in the United States about stocks. A decision made by Judge Torres in July 2023 said that Ripple broke U.S. securities laws when it sold unregistered XRP to institutional investors. Is the Securities and Exchange Commission likely to settle, or is a court decision just around the corner? A former lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission named Mark Fiegel said he didn't like the idea of a settlement. He said since the lawsuit was filed, they've had about 150 of these meetings that happen almost every week. And crypto people on Twitter thought that a deal was being talked about at all of those meetings. Still, this is definitely one. If the case between the SEC and Ripple was closed, the SEC would not be able to appeal any decisions that were made in the case. Stuart Alderode, the chief legal officer of Ripple, said this on Friday, July 12th. The Securities and Exchange Commission told the court that it would not contest the finding that XRP is not a security. During the hearing on July 13th, 2023, Judge Torres decided that sales of XRP through programs do not meet the third part of the Howey test. Going to court in California? The result of the case there, on the other hand, could be enough to persuade the SEC to file an appeal against the decision about selling program ads. As of June 2024, Judge Phyllis J. Hamilton ruled that the laws of the state of California would be used to try cases of false statements made about the sale or offer of securities. In addition, the suit says the third part of the claim is met by the plaintiff's claim that Ripple used advertising materials. What is meant to be called the third part of the Howey test is the hope of making money from their work. People who are interested in cryptocurrencies are holding their breath for Judge Eliza Torres to make her decision in the high-stakes case between Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Since no clear choice was made in the last few days of July, all eyes are now on the 1st of August. A big event is about to happen, and Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission are getting ready for a ruling that could send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency system. Since the SEC decided to hold yet another private meeting, which may include Ripple Labs, there is a lot of talk in the cryptocurrency world about what might happen. A picture that was made public and is now going around on X shows that the SEC and Ripple are likely to meet. The Securities and Exchange Commission CF has recently held a number of secret meetings. The meeting that was supposed to happen on July 18th was canceled, and the meeting that was supposed to happen on July 25th did not produce any major new information. Even so, the most recent meeting, which can now be found on the SEC website, has sparked new interest and rumors in the cryptocurrency community because Ripple is said to have been involved. This meeting is getting a lot of attention, which is different from other talks that have happened. The picture that was made public to add to these worries shows what is said to be the meeting's plan. The schedule puts the talks between the SEC and Ripple at the top. A picture that got out on the internet shows that Ripple and the SEC might meet on August 1st, where X came from. While the picture has been shared widely, it does not come from a source that can be independently checked. This adds another layer of uncertainty to a situation that was already fictional. Daily Coin has asked Ripple and the SEC to confirm what the meeting will be about, but the business hasn't heard anything back. Ripple is fighting for its very survival as the Securities and Exchange Commission keeps an eye on it. A lot of guesses have been made about the settlement talks, but legal experts have said that rumors about recent talks are not true. Any chance of a court-mediated deal is still possible, though. This keeps the hope alive for a solution that doesn't require a long court fight. People are hoping that the decision will set a standard when it is finally made. Experts say the case has made the Securities and Exchange Commission less strong, but both sides are ready for a long legal fight that could include appeals. While Judge Tyrus thinks about the final decision, Ripple is involved in a case that is very complicated. The on-demand liquidity service, which is at the center of the debate over how assets should be classified, is one of the company's main sources of income. The outcome of this case could have a big effect on how the business runs and on the coin market as a whole. At the moment, the Securities and Exchange Commission is being pushed to review the decision, have a hard time and put its place at risk in other cryptocurrency cases. The problem is still being looked into, but Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has been a vocal critic. He has asked that the cryptocurrency business come up with clear and consistent rules. There has been a lot of talk about the picture that was shared, but its authenticity has not been confirmed. Even though talks about a settlement have begun, there is no guarantee that a deal will be made, because both sides are ready to fight for their own points of view. There will probably still be a long court battle going on. The meeting of the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is a sure thing and may include Ripple Labs if the picture that was leaked is true, makes people even more excited. If the judge rules in favor of Ripple, crypto standards might become more open, but if the judge rules in favor of the SEC, limits might become stricter. The choice that is made in this case will affect how Ripple works and set a standard for the whole cryptocurrency community. XRP traders are paying close attention to the lawsuit right now and hope that big changes will happen and the case will end this week. Something new about Ripple. Here are some things you can expect from the case between XRP and Ripple this week. In his prediction about how the case would end, attorney Fred Rispoli, who supports cryptocurrency, said that the limit would be July 31st, because it has been said that the payment transfer company broke securities laws. It is expected that the judge will decide whether the company should pay fines or receive a deal. Further, it is not known if the SEC will agree that XRP is not a security or if it will appeal Judge Torres' ruling later, the day before the meeting that took place behind closed doors on July 24th. There were rumors that the two sides had come to an agreement. The lawsuit started by the Securities and Exchange Commission should be over this week, according to traders of Ripple SRBR, since both sides have sent their notes and responses on the matter. A lawyer named PFA Rispoli, who supports cryptocurrencies, thought that the SEC vs. Ripple case would be over by July 2024. The SEC may change its mind about how safe these coins are, which could be good for Ripple's decision, according to the Daily Summary of Market Movers. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them. Before deciding what investments to make, you should definitely do your own study.